And thank you for joining me today. What I want to do in today's video is use this large coaster mold, and I want to make a couple of coasters. One using fresh herbs. I say they're fresh. They're out of my garden and I picked them or harvested them right before the freeze and dried them. So I want to use that in one, and then in the other one, these are leaves off of, I believe it's called a Japanese elm. And I want to kind of layer those in the other one. Now, I have already poured one thin layer of resin in these because I don't want these to be like at the very bottom of the mold. And I do hope to layer both. So I have poured some resin. Excuse me, I have mixed some resin and I'm going to do a little pour and try to arrange these. Now, I am not real artistic when it comes to arranging stuff like this, but I'm going to do my best. So let me just pour a little bit in there and let it start doing its thing, and a little bit in there. And we'll see what we have. I just want to make sure it's a layer all the way across so I can start layering these. Now, this is called a large coaster mold, but I'm still thinking that you don't necessarily have to use it as a coaster. You could just use it as a display. And I don't know about you, but it seems like every family has an amazing cook in it. I'm not that cook, but I think that a coaster or display of different herbs, spices, I'm not sure what you would call them. I don't know if there's a difference between herbs and spices. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Let me go ahead and get some more of this in here. And this will, I do want to layer it, so what I'm going to do is after I get the first layer in, probably wait, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. I shouldn't have to wait very long before it's thick enough that I can put another layer into it. Let me see if I can't get that to scooch into the corners. Let me just go ahead and put a little bit more, and I don't want to put too much though. So let's see what we have with that. Let me set that out of the way and check for bubbles around the rim, because that's where they seem to like to hang out. Okay. And hopefully, because I have already dipped these in resin and let them dry in hopes that I won't introduce any additional bubbles. Now, the rosemary, I did not flatten, nor did I with this is lemon thyme, because I'm really hoping to get like a 3D effect in these. So let me just kind of dip that around. And I certainly am going to have to probably check for bubbles often. And kind of just let that leaf swim in there a little bit and give it some taps, because if it sinks, that's fine, because I have a layer that's already cured underneath. All right, let's go ahead and put the lemon thyme in there, because it too is like I didn't flatten it or press it. Let me scoot that over this way. And no, I think I'm going to add a sage leaf or two to this, and then let this layer cure some before I add any more. And I wanted to add dill. That being said, I do have some dill that I coated in resin, but then I think the coaster is going to be a little too busy. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that at that for now, and then on the next layer I will add the cilantro, and you can see it's well coated in resin, and then the other sage leaves. Now I don't know if I want to try to add another leaf to this or if I want to wait. I have 4 leaves prepared. Let's go ahead and add another one, maybe put it about there. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop there, and then for the next layer, add a couple more leaves. But because I do have quite a bit of room in this one, I am going to add some more resin. And then I'll probably have to reposition the leaves because I'm sure they'll swim around, and sure enough, they are. I may want to stop there. I want to make sure that I save room for another layer plus the doming. Okay. I think I'm going to stop there. I'm going to let this cure for, I don't know, several hours. I'll check it. I'll check it for bubbles, and I will check to see how thick the resin is, and then come back and do another pour. Let me go ahead and cover it, and I will see you shortly. So it's been a few hours, and the resin is it's soft, not sticky, but soft. So let's go ahead and pour a little more resin. And this is actually the third coat because I did a layer of resin before I started filming just to have that on the bottom so that the foliage didn't go through to the bottom. So let me go ahead and pour a little bit on the leaves and let that start doing its thing. All right, let me go ahead and pour some over here. I just want to make sure that I do save room to do the doming. Let's see if we can get these in the nooks and crannies here. All right, let me set that down for a second. Grab my handy dandy little dotting tool. And carefully go around the edges without actually touching the layer of resin that's underneath. That one looks like it can use some more. So let me put a little bit more in here. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm only going to put 1 leaf in this time and let that cure up, and then put another leaf right before I dome it, because I really do want like that 3D effect. So let me just give it a bubble check. And over here, I definitely have some bubbles. Let me give it a little spray to get rid of those surface bubbles. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I think just put 1 leaf in. Put it about right, whoops, about right there. Yeah, I think I want it right there, and then after it cures enough and I get ready to dome it up, I will put this leaf in. and then put the dome on it. Because I really do want like a 3D effect in there. Scoot it over here some. Give it some taps just in case there's any air bubbles underneath. Hopefully that will release them. All right, and over here I am going to first start with the little piece of cilantro I have. And I think I'm just going to put it right here. And let me see. Let me go ahead and put a sage leaf here. And one here, I guess. Also, with this one, I still have a sage leaf left. So, I mean, I probably have several. What I think I may do with this one also is when I get ready to dome it, then add that last leaf just because I really want that 3D effect. All right, so what I will probably do is for this last pour, because you already know I'm going to put this leaf over here and then dome it, this leaf over here and then dome it. So I will probably do that off camera, let it go ahead and cure for 24 hours, and then meet you back here for the unmolding. So it's time for the unmolding. Let me go ahead and get that netting out of the way. And I did go ahead and put that other sage leaf here, and then the other Japanese maple leaf here. Now, from here, it looks great. What I am hoping is that there are no bubbles underneath that are hiding. So let's go ahead and get these unmolded. I do like the fact that this mold is easy to release. I see a couple of little knobbies right here that I need to clean up, but that's not a big deal. Okay, that's this side. Let's see if there's any bubbling in the back. That's my concern. Well, let's go to the side first. And then the back. I see maybe one little bubble here up underneath that last sage leaf that I put in. Maybe one here too. But overall, let me move this so that maybe you can actually see what we're looking at. Let me move this out of the way for a second. I think that will make an excellent gift for the cook in your life and or a chef possibly, but that's what I'm talking about. I think that that would just be pretty as a display. It doesn't necessarily have to be a coaster. So let me know what you think about this one. Put it in the comments below, and let's go ahead and do the leaves. I do like the way that turned out. Especially, I'm going to show you just, I don't know if you can see it very well on camera how I do like the 3D effect. I think that looks pretty darn cool. All right, let's get to the leaves. Set that down there. And again, I'm hoping there's not a bunch of bubbles underneath that I didn't get released. So here are, let me move that. Here are the leaves. And again, I have a little nubby thing here I need to clean up. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I really don't see any bubbles in the back. That's great. I really do like this one. Oh, wait, I think I may see one. There's one like right here. But that, to me, looks really cool. And again, that would just make a really cool display. So let me know what you think about the coasters and or displays, whichever you want to call them, in the comments below. I do want to thank you for watching, and I hope you can join me next time. Also, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and share buttons. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.